I want you to imagine your daughter as a teenager. Maybe you're like me and have young daughters, or maybe you do actually have some teenage daughters if you're watching this. But I want you to imagine that little girl of yours as a grown-up, almost adult. And now imagine that she is opening up to you. She is sharing something difficult that's going on in her life. It might be in a relationship issue. It might be feeling unseen, not feeling important to some group or scenario. And I want you to imagine the feeling that you have knowing that she came to you first. I mean, how incredible would that feel? She could bottle that up and go to her room. She could be one that goes and explodes to her friends about it. She could also go to social media or find an influencer to find out the information that she needs. But imagine that she came to you first, that this was a normal thing that happened, that you were her safe place and her refuge so that she could open up and share. What I want to share with you in this video is that is exactly why these one-on-ones with our kids are so important. I've started on my channel what I'm calling Two of Us Tuesdays, where I take each of my 5 daughters one-on-one on a special Tuesday, and we do things that are very intentional and very, geared towards that particular child. Now, this is fun. This is a lot of memories, a lot of bonding. My kids are young. I have a 10-year-old all the way down to a 3-year-old. So it's just a lot of fun, cute memories and sweet times. But I want to tell you in this video that there is something so much deeper going on when you do this with your kids. You are building a safe place for her before she needs it. And that is one of the most valuable things that you could do as a mother or as a grandmother, or even just as a woman if you're watching this and you know of a girl that needs this in her life. When they're 8, when they're 6, when they're 10, they're not quite needing it as much as, say, when they're 14, 16, and beyond. In a busy schedule or a large family, they can get lost in the mix. I don't know if you ever feel that, but I feel that all the time, where I lump them together. It's just kind of one family unit, and I'm not as present as I want to be. And so these one-on-ones are really what spark our children to develop that deeper relationship that we want to have with them. One other thing I need to share in this is that in order to be that safe place and to be that refuge for your daughters or those girls in your life, is that you have to first be a safe person and a safe place in yourself. Like, it starts right here, right? I'm sure we all would have a list potentially of people where we haven't felt safe with them. And sadly, that's becoming more and more common, especially with the people that are meant to be the closest ones to us. We all know that feeling of, I can't go deeper with them. I can't open up my life to them because they're not safe. I would say this comes first before you even get into those one-on-ones. Is you have to know as a person, as an individual, as a woman, who you are and the confidence that you have in life. Because in order for that ever to translate in any kind of relationship, especially with those as close as your daughters, it has to be a safe environment. I want to give you a little analogy to help you understand this, because we can think, okay, well, how do I become a safe person? I want to be that, or I think I'm a safe person, but I'm not really sure. How do I know? Let's imagine that there's this game, right? I love board games, so we'll just call it a board game, right? And everybody's playing this new game. You're so excited to go out and get this game, and you get it home, and you're just like opening it up, so excited. And you get into it and you realize, wow, there is a lot of pieces to this game. There is so many moving parts, and the instructions feel like they're in a different language. I'm trying to decipher up from down in this game and read these instructions, and it's so fuzzy and unclear to me. Now, who would be the best person to talk to about how to play that game? It would be the creator, right? It would be the person that designed the game. They know the best in the ins and outs and all the different moving parts, all the steps in order to play that game. If you could go to that creator and be able for them to just directly tell you and them to lay it out clearly for you. This is how it's played. I mean, wouldn't you want that? You want to play this game. You want to succeed in this game. You want to have fun in this game. And you have an opportunity to go directly to the creator and them to tell you exactly how to do it. Now, this is life. We are in the game of life. And there is a creator. Now, this is not meant to be a religious talk. I'm hoping that it comes across more non-churchy, non-religion, because I'm not a religious person, truly. And becoming more, I may have spent a lot of my years as a religious person, but I'm not a religious person anymore. And in fact, the longer I go on, the more unreligious I get. But what I do know is that there is a creator who designed this game, and he set it up. He knows all the pieces. He knows how to operate it and how to work it and what needs to go here and there and step 1 and step 2 and all the things, so that we can have a very enjoyable time with our family playing this game. Now, imagine that you're just like, oh, I just don't even care. I don't even care about this. I just want to play. And so you just throw all the dice, all the chips out on the board, and you're like, okay, just take your turn and I'll take my turn, and we'll figure this out as we go along. Or maybe you're like, I like, step 1 and step 5. Those seem fun, but I don't really want all the 10 steps. So I'm just going to play it how I want to play it. I mean, imagine how frustrating that would be for you and your kids and your family, everybody, because nothing would work. It would feel like chaos. It would feel so cluttered and like, what are we even doing here? And sadly, that's how a lot of people go through life. I don't want to follow the instructions, and I just want to play the game how I want to play it. And so I'm just going to throw all the chips out there on the board and hope they land where they're supposed to. I'm going to take my turns and just move it however I want to all over the place and hope that it works out. Sometimes it's fun, but most of the time it is a mess. That's exactly how most people are living their lives. God has set up life with principles and instructions and how to play the game. And it doesn't matter whether we like that or not, whether we believe in that or not, or whether we want to or not. If we're going to play the game successfully and know who we are and know the strategy and how to move through it, then we have to follow his instructions, the creator's instructions. We have to seek out who the creator is and what he says about us if we're ever going to play that game effectively with our family. So that's the point I'm getting at in all of this, is that to know who you are, to know your true identity, you have to go to the instructions, the Word of God. You have to have a relationship with the Creator so that He can directly tell you how to play. And that is how we can be confident, and that's how we can be a safe person for these relationships in our life, these precious girls, these daughters that we have in our homes. This is how they will come to you and trust in you and have a refuge in you because you know how to play the game. They can see it. They see you winning in life. They see you in your flow with the Creator. They see it working for you. And that's how you're safe to them. That's how they can know that they can go to you, And that's how they know that they can take their valuable heart and all that information that they're going through in becoming a woman and talk it through with you. And you're the first person that they're going to want to go to because you're a safe place. And you've developed that safety in your own life, and that has spilled out to them. And it continues to blossom and grow like a beautiful garden all throughout the years. I hope that encourages you. As badly as I want you to just go out there and get those daughters of yours, those girls of yours in your life and start investing in them more than anything as a woman. Become a safe place. Get to know the Creator, God. Become that person. who can now be that for your daughters. That's where it has to start. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a lovely day.